Say my name up.
Yep, we are live. And here we go. Now I gotta get...
Is my audio good?
It sounds good, but we are actually live. So I'm inviting a whole bunch of people.
Right on. It's the off season.
It's the off season, and that's
You
what
wouldn't
we're
think
doing
there would
here.
be a lot to talk about, but we're ravenous, man. We're absolutely ravenous to be here on July the 3rd talking about football. We're still over 3 weeks away from training camp.
Speaking of which, if you want to talk about something specifically, go ahead and throw it in the comments because we're about ready to get this thing started here soon.
Yeah, that's a good call. What do you want to hear us be wrong about? You know, I'd really like a bad take on Khalil Herbert. I think we can accommodate you, sir.
Do-do-do-do-do-wee-oo. Should I invite the Bear fans too? Or should
Of
we
course.
just say no? Okay,
Of
all right.
course. Ugly girls need love too.
I guess. There we go. Chicago
A
gets some
little
love.
mustache.
All right,
We
we're
got to
at
add a
least
little
getting...
mustache to every show.
So here we go. All right, let's get the...
I'm the captain now.
I understand that. But it's not like you don't all of a sudden gonna want to wait for my dad died. No, I didn't.
All right.
There was my car and something bawled my eyes out. And I called your grandma. Well, maybe grandma should have did that instead of trying to make it all about her. Last time I checked, Steve, take care of her.
What's going on?
I have no idea. I got kicked out. Okay, that was Greg. I thought that was me. All right, I am really, really sorry about that. I got kicked out. I got kicked out of my internet right here. So,
yeah, me too.
Yeah,
screen.
Yep. So here we
there
go.
We are.
All right, there we go. Sorry about that. That is the fancy wancy internet done right here. Welcome one, welcome all. Kind of messed up my whole introduction right there. I wanted to give you a big fat introduction, like, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main stage. One of the sexiest men in all of sports entertainment or podcasting, and he needs no introduction at the Golden Corral. And main event Mike, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the
Thank
show.
you for that wonderful introduction, Russell Wayne, the producer. Welcome to the NFC North Open Mic. I'm your host, main event Mike, and today we're here to talk smack. We're joined also by the West Coast Stat Master, Mr. Greg Rice, GREGG. How are you, Greg?
Life is good. Life is good, Mike. Excited to talk football today.
Representing the Honolulu Blue and SoCal. Look how beautiful it is behind you. I am also on vacation in beautiful Torch Lake, Michigan. Let me tell you something, Greg. You need to get up to Torch Lake one of these days. It is truly a beautiful freshwater lake, and it's actually the lake that Kid Rock wrote all summer long. He was talking about that was where his family went every year. So that's splashing through the sandbar. That's where I'm at. I'm on vacation, but I still got the Detroit Lions on my mind. I still got the NFC North on my mind. What are we talking about today, Russ?
Well, one of the things I wanted to go in getting triggered not Packer fans, but Viking fans. I got to find my clip here. But I put up a post of James.
Oh yeah.
Or Justin Jefferson and Amon-Ra St. Brown, and all I did, it's just a fact check. This is straight from PFF. It is what it is. I didn't mean to trigger so many of these Viking fans that came down my throat. He's not better. He's not better. I'm like, I didn't say he was better. I said that these are the fact. These are the PFF scores right here. And I honestly, I didn't think that Amon-Ra was that good. Like, I didn't know that he was in that category yet. What do you say about that?
That's an overall grade. And when we're talking about PFF, I certainly would defer to this West Coast Stat Master, who is much more versed in PFF than myself. So, Greg Rice, what do you make of a PFF overall grade? Sure, JJ can do amazing things that maybe Amon-Ra can't, but doesn't he make up for things in blocking and things like that to get a better overall grade? Is that how it works?
Let me get him back on. Hold on a minute.
I'm on. That was my bad. It absolutely is how it works. PFF covers a wide array across the spectrum. Run blocking grades, all this stuff is taken into account. Catches, drops, all this stuff. And look, I'll be the first to say right now that I believe Justin Jefferson is a better overall receiver. But I think this is not so much a slight on Amon-Ra as to show kind of how underappreciated he is by some of our NFC North rival fans. Amon-Ra, we see it. Look, the guy has sure hands. Chris route running. Look, he's not the fastest guy. He's not going to beat anyone with elite speed. But what he brings is just a level of leadership. And in terms of grading, he's a complete package, a complete receiver. And he's Jared Goff's security blanket. And he essentially works as a tight end in terms of the way he blocks and the way he comes out of the slot. He can do it all. And like I said, this is not an indictment or me even really trying to set up a debate of Amon-Ra versus Justin Jefferson. It's just Amon-Ra is a great wide receiver, and the fact that he grades so high in so many advanced stats is, I don't know. I think we're blessed here in Detroit.
Right, Russell Wayne, I know that you are active in some of these groups, right? The Detroit Lions Village Squad, NFC North, the Huddle, and you're constantly having to defend, this post that you made, right? I mean, it's not like you're saying he's better. Tell us about it.
Well, I mean, I got a couple of them on here, and this is a shameless plug out here for this is a great group, guys. Like, if you haven't joined this group, NFC North, the Huddle, I mean, if you're into smack talking, I mean, this is where you need to be, honest to God. But no, I put this up here. He did grade out at 90.7, and Justin Jefferson is at 90.3. Listen, anything above 80 is you're talking about good elite production, but these two are absolute studs. And you're right. I believe that Amon-Ra is better for a lot different reasons. Like as far as a straight route runner and catching the football, I mean, there isn't anybody better in the league than Justin Jefferson. But as far as the complete package and all of the stuff that happens while the ball isn't in his hands is what I think separates him from a lot of the other wide receivers that are out there. But put that in the comments. I want to know what you think about this matchup. Amon-Ra St. Brown, I mean, versus Justin Jefferson. I mean, they're both very good for different reasons. And I will throw also, let me stop sharing the screen so I can also throw the invite right into all of the comments right here. So I want you guys to join us if you dare. And there, we put all the comments in there.
Yeah, I'm on record as saying it, and I'll say it again. In my opinion, Justin Jefferson's the number one wide receiver in the NFL. There's no denying that. Would I trade Amon-Ra for him? Maybe not on this team in this day right now, the way things are, because chemistry is something you can't put a price tag on. And right now, Amon-Ra is such a leader of this team, not just by stats, but he leads by example on how you do it right every day. His reliability is best in the league. All right. I mean, DeAndre Hopkins has some sticky hands, but Amon-Ra, if it comes near him, he gobbles it up. So he works the middle of the field. It's almost apples and oranges to compare him to JJ. Right. But if you're talking about I'm building a team from scratch, I would take JJ just as a pure. I mean, he's the best in the league right now.
A pure pass catcher.
There's probably 3 or 4 that would rank ahead of Amon-Ra as well. On top of that.
Let me throw out some shout outs here. We do have some people in the comments. We'll put a shout out to Gun Guy. Thank you for watching Lion King. Hey there, guys. Tina is somebody that watches us in the morning. We appreciate you watching us. And she loves football as well. Chad is not only in the comments, but he's also in the backstage, and I'm about ready to bring him up here in a minute. All right, Moneyappolis, you need to get your ass on here, man. You got to defend your boy, man. You were one of the people that were throwing it against me in there. Chad said that we were frozen. Wayne says, go Pack, go. Hello, Wayne. And even the unnamed guy right there from Canada said a what up right there. Valdemort comes in. Moneyappolis comes in here. I hear Goff wants to bring Dan Campbell's wife to
Okay. So for our new viewers like Tina, that's our good friend Jamez there. And this group, this night, this show is not like our weekday sessions, phone session show where we kind of keep it nice. We don't keep it nice here, and we're gonna have to respond to this. So I hear Goff wants to bring Dan Campbell's wife to Pound Town.
That's what I heard, man. That's what I heard.
Hey, that's what started this whole mess in the first place. That's why they wanted to get Goff out of town. Because,
ladies and gentlemen, it is our good friend Jamez, Moneyappolis, Minnesota, a man who randomly chants "Skull," which is an acronym for "Still Keeps on Losing." Coming to us from a homeless shelter in Detroit, it's our good friend Chad. How are you, Chad? Did you steal a car?
No, man. I got a nice quarterback.
All right, Chad.
Welcome to the show, gentlemen, and we're going to let Jamez respond to this first. JJ Amon-Ra's graded higher by PFF. Russell Wayne does not work for PFF, so it's not his fault. But tell me,
hey man, I'm not
overall grade being higher.
I'm just fine. I'm just fine with the overall grades, man. Like when I look at these two guys, man, they're two great guys that are asked to do completely different things, man. Obviously, when you look at the totality of it, if you ask me, straight up, who's a better wide receiver, I'm going to go JJ. But if let's say St. Brown was in a different position where they asked him to do more. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's a little faster. They asked, they don't ask him to take the top off, man. Like you guys said, he's security blanket, man. When golf, he's got the crispy enough routes, man. He can break that middle of the field up, and he can tear it up in the slot, man. I just think, and like you said earlier, man, anything above 80, 85, man, you're dealing with a guy that's top 10 for sure, and a guy you can't. But anything for 90 or above, man, that's top tier. That's top tier.
That's all pro type level stuff
there
right
you
there.
Go.
And that's
Chad,
really
let's
what
hear
I
your
wanted
take on it.
Jefferson, I would take Jefferson over St. Brown any day. I think where the grades are coming in is because they're totally two different receivers. Amon
agreed.
is a short route guy that always gets open
Yep.
in the middle of all the traffic, and he's a first down master. Where Jefferson's the guy that he'll just bust it for the end zone.
Right, that's a good take, Chad. But if you're on Monroe St. Brown, you probably get sick of hearing that, right? Because this guy does everything that he's asked to do. You want him to go deep? He can catch a deep ball. It's not like he can't, right? I mean, he does everything they ask him to do solid. And I think it's a testament to that just to be mentioned with Justin Jefferson. Any closing remarks on that, Greg, on this topic?
Yeah, I mean, I hate to cross sports, but I look at Amon-Ra more as your traditional base hitter, and Justin Jefferson is kind of your home run hitter. Your guy coming in up at in the batting lineup at 3 or 4. Amon-Ra, look, he gets it done. I think something that's very not spoken about much is just how intelligent Amon-Ra is. Like I said, he's not going to light anyone up or amaze anyone with elite speed. I think what makes him so special is, as Jabez was leading on to, his ability in the middle of the field to get open, and not only get open, but to take good angles to get that first down. He's an intelligent player on the field. He's always thinking of how to get more yardage. And I think it's truly a gift. And in all essence, if you got either one of these guys on your team, you're truly blessed.
Right. Let us know in the comments what you think about this topic. We may revisit it. Otherwise, I'm going to move on. So here's one. We got Chad over here, who is a Detroit Lions fan. I'm a Detroit Lions fan. We got Detroit Lions, Greg Rice, and we got one Minnesota Viking fan. So I'm going to pose this question because it's Lions heavy here. So this question is for the panel. Anybody knows, just blurt out the answer. Are you ready? There are 4 major sports franchises in Detroit: the Red Wings, the Pistons, the Tigers, and the Lions. Of those 4 teams, which team was the last one to make a playoff?
Lions.
And you get bonus if you can give me the year.
1993. Oh, wait, no, we just did it in 2017.
Okay, maybe I messed up by saying you could just blurt out the answer. We'll start with Jamez since you're not a Lions fan. Jamez, do you have a guess? Last franchise from Detroit to make any playoff game at all, not even win it.
You've had enough of that shit.
I want to say the hockey team, man.
The Red Wings?
The Red Wings? Okay.
Yeah.
The Red Wings haven't been in the playoffs since 2014. No, it's 2016.
Damn, okay.
Right.
Is it the Detroit Tigers in 2017?
14.
That's the last team?
Tigers, the last ones to make the playoff was 2014. Detroit Pistons have not made the playoffs since 2008. It was your Detroit Lions was the last team to make a playoff in Detroit, and it was against Seattle, and Russell Wilson ran us out of the building.
Yes, he did. I remember that. We kind of limped in there too, Mike. I'm going to be honest with you. We limped in there. It's kind of an off year for Caldwell. We didn't finish up the season strong. I think we got the brakes beat off us by Cincinnati a couple games, and they were a horrendous team that year. But yeah, it's been a struggle for Detroit sports.
So
yeah,
this should answer any
3
questions
games in a row
anybody
to make
says.
The playoffs.
Yeah.
Say it again,
Thank you, Russ.
Say it again, Russ.
That year, the Lions lost 3 straight games to make the playoffs, and they get bounced. Like 30 or something like that. It was something ugly. It was stupid.
Yeah.
It was stupid.
So you're looking just the last time we've even had a playoff. The other one was the Red Wings, who made it just before that Lions team, and they were swept in the first round of the playoffs. So it's been a long time, guys. This is why we're banging our chests. This is why we're so happy. So anytime you see it in these groups, in these chats, why you Lions fans speaking up like this, you haven't won a damn thing yet. We are starving. You throw a starving man a biscuit, and just the thought of a biscuit.
Hey, Manny V. Mike, and another thing, hey, when people try to throw that bullshit out there, like you guys haven't won anything yet, or you guys haven't done this, or you haven't done, bro. That's why the franchise is still going, bro. That's why we continue to watch the games, man. It's because we know, hell, Philly didn't have one just a few years ago, and I can go. New Orleans Saints. There's a lot of teams, man. You got to think there's still 12 teams yet to win a Super Bowl, man. And that's how we keep hope alive, and it makes it so much greater once you get through there.
Right, Russ. What do we got in the comments? Anybody these Packer fans getting involved yet? All we got is Lions and Vikings. Did you guys see the meme that was in the group that said all this dust in the air? The Vikings and the Lions must have opened their trophy cases.
Yeah, I saw it.
That's pretty good.
That was great. I don't care whose team that rips on. I like that.
Yeah.
You guys hear me? Okay. We had a couple guesses that are in here. You know, a couple wrong guesses. A lot of people. We had Gun Guy got it right, and Curtis got it right. Way to go.
Tell them what they've won, Russ.
Well, you've won a brand new nothing. We ain't got no sponsors to give you anything yet. Sponsor the show. Feel free. I mean, lots of people watch us. So, but for right now, good job. You did something nice. All right. Yeah. Isaiah says, forget about that game, right? Detroit versus everybody from Curtis. Right. Pistons made the playoffs after 2008. Okay, that's what Curtis says. I guess they did make it once with Drummond, didn't they? But they got bounced in the first round.
Google's been wrong before.
Isaiah says that I feel the biggest competitor in the division is the big what if and the Packers and Jordan Love.
That's a great call.
Agree wholeheartedly.
Great call out. 8 number 1 picks on defense, a solid offensive line, young offensive weapons. All you got to do is drop an elite quarterback in there, and that's a formidable team. Chad, what do you think? Are you worried about Jordan Love being great?
Not this year. No.
Not this year?
What I'm worried about is their two-headed monster at running back, because I think it's going to be Jordan Love's savior. He's not ready to be a game manager, I don't think. And there's going to be a lot of reliance, and they're going to stack the line, and that will give Jordan some opportunity to be able to read downfield and make his progressions.
Right. And well, I agree with Isaiah. I don't know about you guys, but I agree with Isaiah that the Packers would come in. I would rank them second in this division with, I have the Vikings coming in last. So there you go. Russell Wayne, what do you think? Jordan Love, man, this guy has got man. Can you not know? You want to look at this guy? He can't be as good as Aaron Rodgers. I refuse to believe that they could progress. He could be better than Aaron Rodgers in some respects. Athletic ability alone. Aaron Rodgers was pretty athletic, but not like this guy.
Okay, well, in my opinion, I keep my eyes and everything that I know about Aaron Rodgers is like, there's no way. I mean, he could be better. Yeah. And pigs could fly someday. And it's just like for them to just go to another Hall of Fame quarterback would blow my mind. It would make me think that the NFL's fixed.
Would it be though? Like there's would no it really way though? They traded up and drafted him in the first round, Russ. Why would that blow your mind so much? They traded up and got him in the first round because they saw talent and their scouts think this guy's the next one. And because we haven't had a chance to see that yet.
Okay. And the answer to that is last year they could have gotten 3 first-round picks for Aaron Rodgers, and they chose not to take the reboot. And they chose to go with Aaron Rodgers again when they had this next in line on the roster already. If they had this guy already, I think they would have trotted him out there earlier if they really believed in him. I cannot believe in this guy more than I believe in what Aaron Rodgers did. So last year at 8 wins, you better hope that Lucas Van Ness fixes that defense enough that your offense can take a little bit of a hit, because you're not going to be as good offensively. You just aren't. That's my opinion.
Even Aaron Rodgers only won 6 games in his first season.
I mean, can I chime in here?
Yeah.
So my antithesis to that is, Russ, is I do believe the Packers organization really thought they were on a championship run, and that Aaron Rodgers, obviously, you don't change horses at midstream, was the guy that was going to do that. And I think they held on to him even when they thought Jordan Love was ready, for the fact of what Aaron Rodgers meant to that franchise, what Aaron Rodgers did for that franchise. And like I said, they had a chance to get a king's ransom for him last year. And for them to not give him up for that king's ransom, I think is more, like I said, to do with them feeling they're in championship contention rather than Jordan Love not necessarily being ready, if that makes sense.
Can I retort to that?
Yeah.
I want to retort to that retort, because really what you're telling me is Gutekunst is not a good GM, because you don't bet on this guy. You don't trade up into the first round and grab this guy, and then you let your other franchise quarterback run your franchise. You are paid to run the franchise. Aaron Rodgers wasn't paid to run the franchise. And you picked your guy. You needed to move that guy last year when you had a chance for 3 first-round picks. Now you are where you are. And you better hope that Jordan Love is that good. I just don't think he's going to be.
Well, there's no doubt that Jordan Love and Aaron Rodgers, I mean, you're paying Aaron Rodgers $48 million. And when the Packers won their last Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers, they went in as a wild card team. So if they beat Detroit in week 18, you're still riding your $48 million quarterback into the playoffs. You still got to feel pretty good. I mean, let's face it. Drafting Jordan Love lit a fire under Aaron Rodgers like nothing else. Am I wrong on that or what? It pissed him off. It's well known that it pissed him off. And he went out and produced back-to-back MVP seasons as a result of it. So maybe Gutekunst is not a bad GM, Russ. Maybe he's a freaking genius, and he knew to fire him up.
And maybe you're right. Maybe he does come in next year and doesn't miss a beat on that offense. You know, Aaron Jones runs all over everybody, and the Pack just become the Pack. I mean, that's all possible. That's all possible. I don't see it. I don't see it. It didn't look like it ended well. And when things are going good, things are going good.
Right.
So it's like, It was going good.
So I want to invite everyone out there watching to go over to our YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's at The Main Event 365. Also, follow our page. It's Detroit Lions Villain Squad, The Main Event. Please go over and follow our page. We had a douchebag from Shelbyville, Michigan, report us and got us deleted. We'll refer to him as Bill Stone. Bill Stone reported us. And we had to start all over, man. But the season is approaching. We're not giving up. They don't know who they're messing with. We're never going to give up. It's The Main Event 365. 365 days a year, we're giving you Detroit Lions content. We also are big lovers of the NFC North. All 4 fan bases come in here every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern, like we're doing right now. We've got Chad and Greg from California and the maestro Russell Wayne here, along with Main Event Mike. It's open mic night, so put your comment in below, and we'll try to kick it around if you've got a question or something for us. I'm on vacation, so I'm recharged and ready to go. One pride. Russ, what's next?
What's next? I'm going to go ahead and throw the link back into the comments, because I want to give everybody a chance to come on here live. I mean, Robert's kind of talking some trash in here. I mean, I would want him to come in. And Tina says that she might want to come in. And she says,
Tina. We can talk trash.
Come on in, Tina. Tina says, I'm waiting for Gibbs to play. That's
Tina's
very
a Lions fan.
And Robert says, LMAO, you guys are so emptied about Jordan Love. right? Emptied.
It says
emptied.
it actually says do emptied.
Do emptied. All right.
Our dough emptied. Here we go. We got a revision. You guys are so worried about J-Lo. Get ready. Hey, man, Robert, I'm not going to deny it. The Green Bay Packers have owned my Lions most of my life, and I am worried that this next quarterback that you draft and develop, that he hits also.
Yeah. There we said. And then Rodgers had knee injuries. Okay, now you're making excuses for him. That's awesome.
He's still really mobile. Yeah. Still tough to bring down.
Yeah. He was Aaron Rodgers last year. You guys led the league in dropped passes. Okay.
Best release since Dan Marino.
Yeah.
Good call.
And I don't know if you led the league in drop passes, but you had a lot of drop passes last year.
There's no Chicago Bears in here today, is there?
We had Isaiah Simpson.
What's that, Chad?
Where's John Dorn? He talked shit all week, and
he's lowering the basket down right now in the pit in his basement.
Put the lotion in the basket.
Huge garbage.
Yep. I don't see Jordan being a franchise QB. This is Isaiah, but I look at the Packers QB history, and I hate the team with a passion, but they have a great track record. They do.
They do. Absolutely.
Great call, Isaiah. Exactly. Great call, Isaiah. Absolutely. You got to respect
all had your
what the Packers
shot
have
at
done.
Rodgers. Yeah, and we whooped them. That's what we had a shot at Rodgers, and we whooped him, and then he ran out of town. And now the new guy's just supposed to be better than a Hall of Famer. I can see it happening. It's like us talking about it. It's possible that you have another Hall of Fame, but you guys are expecting this next guy just to be as good as your two Hall of Fame quarterbacks. And I don't know. You might be in for a disappointment. What if he's average, guys?
Yeah, I love Curtis's comment here. No one thought Rodgers could take the reins after Favre. You never know if you had more confidence in Love, then that Rodgers trade goes down. So basically he's saying they weren't so super confident, right, in Jordan Love. They held on to Aaron Rodgers for that extra year to go 8-9 and miss the playoffs. So you never know, he says. But it seems to me, if I remember, they actually ran Favre out of town to get Aaron Rodgers on the field. Am I remembering that right, Brad?
And it was really similar to this.
Yeah.
Eerily similar.
Very similar. And then Rodgers goes to the Jets, ironically.
Get ready for another decade of domination from the Packers.
It's a decade of domination.
See, it's that there's that entitled thing. You just think that you just get that. Maybe.
Has Robert ever even been on the show?
No, he's on the Frozen Tundra. I mean, I'll just put it out there like this. Shout out to Robert. I like Robert.
Welcome here, Chad.
I'll just go ahead and put it out there. Robert disappeared in our chats last year during that Packers struggle. I don't think he was seen after that upset when they got upset by the Commanders last year. Shout out to you, Robert. I see you on the Frozen Tundra Network. But yeah, Packers fans, when they don't do so well, they tend to go AWOL. And like Russ was tying in as part of that entitlement. Look, I'll give the Packers this amazing history. Third best team in our conference in the Super Bowl era, obviously behind two superior franchises. The Cowboys and Niners, something they don't like to hear about. It's kind of taboo to talk about with them. But yeah, Robert absolutely went AWOL after the Commanders loss. But you'll see him from time to time. He's a good guy to talk football with.
Good. And we take all kinds here. Packers, Bears, Vikings, Lions. Chad, we even take Sasquatch in here if he'll come on. So I know you're personal friends with Sasquatch. If you can get him to come on the show, that would be ideal.
And we take it how we get it dished to us, too. If you want to come on and have a football conversation, we're good with that. If you want to come and talk nonsense, we're going to call you out on your nonsense. But it's okay.
I just talked a bunch of nonsense.
Yeah, and that's all we do. That's all we do. We don't know anything. Bill Stone and Little B. a little B. Yeah.
Well, it is Bill the Packer fan's birthday.
This? Same old Lions? That's got to be John Dorn.
It's John.
Yeah, that's definitely a John remark.
We love you, John. We love that you fan hard. And here's the thing. We are doing this show right here, and this is what? July 3rd, the day before 4th of July. There is zero football going on right now. There's other things that you could be doing, but there's 19 people that are on here talking football with us or in the comments. We appreciate every single one of you guys for being real fans to your team. I appreciate it. Oh, here comes John Dorn. You say real football fan, and there's John Dorn coming to the party.
Hey, John.
What's happening? Sam, Chad. What's up, guys?
What's up, John Dorn?
So you're picking on my Jordan Love,
Packer
huh?
fan extraordinaire, Mr. John Dorn. Welcome to the program, sir.
We're picking on him.
So, what makes you guys think you're going to bring it back this year?
Huh?
What?
I mean, you guys had a lucky fluke season last year. What do you make you think if you come back this year? You go out there and had the top 5 offense. You think you're going to be able to duplicate that? It's hard to do.
It is. We got a bad history, John. And you know what, John? I do want to give you kudos, man. Look, the Packers obviously had a disappointing season last year, but unlike Robert, you didn't go ghost. You stuck around. You hung in there. You dealt with the smack talk, and I'll always give you kudos for that.
Right on. So our next topic fits right into John Dorn's wheelhouse.
Hey, there's a bust right there.
Right there, he's a bust.
Jameson Williams bust already. And I want you, John, to see those last words on the graphic. Be careful, because
I'm not worried about
pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Because if this kid blows up and becomes a Packer killer for the next 10 years, we are going to bring back every soundbite you're about to say. Tell me why Jameson Williams is going to be a bust.
Well, for one thing, he only had one good season in college. And he's a little crybaby. He doesn't get his way. He cries on the sidelines. If you guys don't believe that, there's a history of him crying on the sidelines. He doesn't get his way.
Well, Quay Walker's on line 1. He says they're way behind.
At least he produces on the field. He's one of the best linebackers in the fucking division right now.
Right.
I'll give you that.
JJ only had one catch for 1 touchdown. What are you talking about? He touches the ball 2 other times. He goes into the end zone too, and some janky penalties pull it back.
What did Jameson do? He hit, one fucking catch for 41 yards?
And a touchdown.
How many drops? How many drops at night with 9?
Go back and look at him. I think it speaks for itself. Come on.
One fucking catch in 6 games.
Who led the league in drop passes?
Lazard.
No, the Green Bay Packers led the league in drop passes.
I think it was Lazard, too.
And you're over here talking about drop passes
they're both
with
gone.
a Green Bay Packer logo behind you. Are you kidding me?
Oh, young guys coming in.
Green Bay Packers are not allowed to even talk about
You don't got a defense
passes.
that's going to stop our speed and our offense. You don't got the defense to stop it. You don't.
John, they want that piece of paper back, bro, that makes you a owner of the Packers.
You don't got the fucking speed on defense to beat our fucking speed on our offense. You don't.
Watch, John.
Drop passes, and you have a Packer logo behind you. Null and void.
So let me touch on something.
I have to agree in some respects, John. In all seriousness, guys. Go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, John, I'll give you this. Look, man, I like Watson. And I wish still to this day that the Detroit Lions would have stayed at 32 and drafted Watson. We can't go back in time, though. I think Jameson Williams has that it factor. Does he produce with it? It remains to be seen. I will say this, though, in terms of your comment about the lack of speed. Look, man, we brought in a guy named Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. And I know this is in direct relation to Watson. Look, Watson's got that. Take the lid off the top speed. But I'm telling you this right now, man. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson is one of the best bracketing deep safeties in the league. He did it all last year to all sorts of teams in terms of pass defenses and interceptions. This guy knows coverage. This guy brings a sense of leadership, a quality, compassionate, shit-talking, respectful. I often compare him as a young Pat Beverly in the NFL. This guy knows what he's doing, man. And if Jordan Love gets sloppy out there and thinks he's just going to bomb it out there to Watson, I promise you Chauncey Gardner-Johnson will make him pay for that. Time and time again, man. We brought in some new players that actually have speed in the secondary. Okuda was our fastest guy last year. You wouldn't think of it at times. He did get burnt in a few games, but I'm telling you, you're going to see something new, man. Might take a couple of games for everything to click, man, but I promise you, it's an entirely new Lions secondary. You already see what our pass rush is able to do. You remember that last game as well as I do. You know we got the pieces up front. Give the secondary some time, man, and I'm telling you, things are changing here.
Yeah, but that second one thing about your secondary, I'm not too big on Sutton. I'm not too big on Mosley. Those two right there. I mean, they're good corners, but they ain't great corners and they ain't shutdown corners.
I'll give you that.
They're serviceable corners. They're pretty decent, but they're not great.
I'll give you that.
Right on. Hey, let's welcome to the show a new panelist. It's our friend Curtis, who's a Lions fan. Curtis, how are you today?
Good, man. How you guys doing?
Good. You got a take, man? What do you think of Jordan Love? Are you scared that Jordan Love is going to be the next great Packer quarterback?
Oh, man, that's a tough one. But I don't. But, hey, I've been wrong a couple times. So.
Been around him a couple times?
We're used to being wrong.
Yeah, well, you're a Lions fan. So your whole decision-making is in question.
I will say, though, about Jameson Williams, though, if he does get his shit together, like start catching the balls and start running the right routes and shit like that, he's going to be a guy to, you got to fucking go for it at all plays. You know what I mean?
Right.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think it's too early to call him a bust, John. Definitely a rocky start to his career, though. I think it's a good call out. Yeah. I mean, you have to be a fool not to see that.
Between him and
Curtis,
Gibbs,
what do you think? Jameson Williams,
know.
Curtis, is the guy a bust already, or
no.
what do you see from him?
Not even close to bust yet. I mean, the guy hasn't even played but two games, really. I mean,
he was in
he had a good run there on the outside for 40 yards and a catch for 40 yards and a touchdown. So we've seen some good things out of him, but we'll see what happens when he comes out of that 6-game suspension. And I feel like he's a 1,500 10-touchdown player. So we'll see.
I'm thinking about maybe 600, maybe 2 touchdowns.
Thanks, John. Thanks, John.
John's like 150 yards.
You might get that maybe a punt returner, man. That's about it.
I would love to see Stafford throw to him, that's for sure.
Let's see. But I'll never forget. I will never forget the reaction from the first time that he touched the ball from Main Event Mike when he came around the corner. He could not believe. I mean, the guy has electric speed. We haven't seen it like that in Detroit. Maybe Watson is that type of dude, but he was running away from some people, and you can't teach that.
I was on a Lions thing, whatever, and one Lion fan says, "Oh, he's the fastest human." I'm like, "Get out of here with that bullshit."
Yeah,
he's not the fastest
I'll tell you
human.
what, Christian Watson made me feel that way too when he took that little end around where he beat everybody to the outside. So he got that game-breaking speed too.
Definitely.
He's the fastest. He's the fastest human wearing shoulder pads and a helmet.
No. Stokes is faster than
anybody in the North, John.
Our corner, Stokes is faster than him. He's 4.25. Yeah.
You ain't got a corner faster than J-Mo.
Yeah.
Alexander's not faster than J-Mo.
You don't even got to prove to him the speed. Nobody just, he just says he got speed. No one's got proof.
John, they line up 15 yards off the ball on him.
There is proof.
Stokes
and when you go and
easily,
and you show out in track and field, and then you beat some of the best.
Go look it up. Stokes' speed.
No, let's listen to Chad's point. Let's not look at none of that. Let's look at when they played each other, and how Green Bay played him. Chad, tell them.
They lined up 15 yards off the ball on him. John, does that make them faster? They have a 15-yard lead.
You don't line up like that if your guy's just as fast.
They line that up against anybody.
No, you go man on man. You line up on John. You line up man on man.
That's why I don't like fucking Barry, man. And then we can man on man. Then we'll shut his ass down.
If they lined up man on man, he would have had more touchdowns.
Yeah, right.
Look,
the ball.
We've got Steve Vanessa.
Look it
up.
Am I reading that right?
Steve Vanessa. Steve Vanessa. Must be Darcy's sister. Steve Vanessa. These Lions fans don't know anything, he said. We know losing, Steve. Yeah. Okay, that's what we know. And we know.
You guys are
that last year we won, and we look better than any team in this division.
You're just banking that your offense is going to be the same. It's not going to miss a beat.
It'll be better
on it.
It'll be better.
It'll
be better than last year. It'll be better than last year.
You don't know.
Yeah, well, I do know.
No, you don't know.
I do know.
You don't know. Goff is always like this, up and down, Goff. Well, good year, bad year. Good year, bad year.
He's right.
He can't stay consistent. He can't.
You're like Bob Barker on Happy Gilmore.
I'm just saying, you guys are bacon.
John Dorn.
John is great entertainment.
That's a good call, John. Goff has never put 2 to 3 seasons together in a row. Russ Wayne, what say you?
What say you? He's played like 5 seasons, so he's had 3 very, very good, outstanding top 10 performance seasons, and he had 3 average seasons and 1 bad season.
And that's why the Rams kicked him out the door to the curb, and the following year they win the Super Bowl.
No, the Rams kicked him out.
They kicked him out for a reason because he's fucking garbage.
McVay's wife sent him nudies. That's why he got kicked out, John. McVay's wife.
Because he
that's a rumor.
Oh, it's a rumor.
No, it's not.
Okay. It's not a
no,
rumor.
It's not. It
was a real thing, a real story that came out, and then the whole relationship went down. It's very well documented.
You know, John Dorn, it's not fair, John. There's 4 of us ganging up on you here. So I'm mad respect to you, sir, for holding your own. Let's do something else, gentlemen. Let's run the Bears through the mud. Since none of them are here, let's collectively be on John Dorn's side. My enemy of my enemy is my friend. And let's bring John into the pride, if you will. And let's run the Bears through the mud. You've got Deontay Foreman, Khalil Herbert, but they drafted this kid, Roschon Johnson from Texas. Is that going to be enough to give them the 3rd best running back group in the division? No, Chad. Chad says no.
No.
Oh, there's our promo for Mike the Bear fan. He's a good friend of ours and a member of the Main Event Network. And we appreciate him. Be sure if you're a Bears fan or if you just want to troll the Bears, go on over to the Hallis Hall Report. That's every Wednesday night. It's a live show, right, Russ?
That's much more fun to go there and troll them. But you know, we have a lot of fun. We do have a lot of fun doing this thing here. And we do have a new person on right here. We do have a new mic.
Word on the street as we're talking about the Bears, so I joined just in time.
All right.
Are you a Bear fan?
I am the Bear fan, yes.
Yes.
Correct.
Can you tell by the mustache?
Say that again?
I said, can't you tell by the mustache he's a Bear fan?
That's right. That's
He's got the minimum mustache requirement.
Hey, Mike, we're just talking about your running backs. Where do you rank them at? Where do you rank them at as in division?
Probably a close second behind Green Bay, to be honest.
Behind Green Bay?
Mike, are you a member of the Bears Mafia?
That is correct.
Man, we are really happy to have you on the show, brother. We are really happy. Some of your posts have been epic already.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Just so you know,
did you make the post saying that someone offered to sell you a part of the Chicago Bulls?
That is correct. Yes, that was
that post to this day wins my award for the roast post of 2023. So far as the leading vote getter for roast post of the year. I'm going to encapsulate. That was an NFC North The Huddle, right, folks? Is that where that was at? I encourage all of our viewers go into NFC North The Huddle and look up this post from Mike here, the Bear fan. He said someone approached him to buy a portion of the Chicago Bulls for only $350. You didn't get anything but maybe a future lunch and a chance to get some T-shirts that no one else has. You'll also get a snazzy piece of paper
get a hot dog too
in your basement to show that you are part owner of the Chicago Bulls. And then the next sentence, you see, Packer fans, how dumb that sounds? I love it.
For one, it's only $300.
Sorry, John. It was only $300.
It comes with $300 and a half.
Well, they come out of my pocket because I didn't buy one. So
I'll tell you what, Dorn. I'll print one off for you. Just send me $150. You can get it on the cheap.
Hey, I thought it was 20% off, so I get $135.
He's offering half.
We got a deal.
Mike's throwing in a hot dog, John.
Oh yeah, throw the hot dog too in.
That's what I do. That's what I do. So yes,
with ketchup and mustard, please.
I just got this crazy thrill because I realized that John Dorn paid that $300.
I didn't pay nothing for that because I didn't fucking buy one. I didn't get it.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, okay.
I spent no fucking shit in my Harley parts. Fuck that.
Oh man.
Hey, John, do you go out and shovel the snow out of the bleachers though? Do you do
that? No, but you do pay $12 an hour to do it though.
$12 an hour. Ooh, yeah. That's almost minimum wage.
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord.
$12 an hour to clear the bleachers in Lambeau.
Here I thought it was for the kids, but technically you got to be 18 or older. But I think as long as you got an adult, you can bring your kid in or something like that.
Yeah, well, what a thrill to be able to shovel out your own stadium before a game.
Yeah. Well,
he always shoveled off his seat.
We got another panelist on the show. Please welcome. He's a Packer fan. He's our friend A-Dub. He's got a bit of a lag, but he's usually got a good take coming behind it. How are you tonight, A-Dub?
Doing well for the most part. How's everyone else?
We're doing well. Thanks for being on the show. John Dorn's getting ripped on from both sides here, so you're coming in as backup. Are you prepared for that?
I usually think John Dorn can handle himself because I usually don't speak for most fans on
John Dorn can't handle himself for sure.
No.
I'd like to remind everyone that is going every weekday morning at 11 a.m. Our illustrious producer, Russ Wayne, hosts the phone sessions on the NFC North Open Mic. He's been getting some great traction. We have some great conversations in the morning, and there's a lot of different characters that come on and put their 2 cents. So we invite everyone to come in and check out the phone sessions every weekday morning at 11-ish on the main event. It's the NFC North Open Mic. Put your comments in below. Don't forget to follow our page. We got one more topic, Russ, before we go. What's our last topic?
Can I throw something up here? Because I just wanted to throw this thing up.
Yeah, that's what I just asked for.
That Mike made right here.
That's when Mike didn't know how many fucking draft picks he used for fucking Justin Fields.
You know what this is, and you're already sweating. That is awesome.
Yeah, here we go. Can't hear it.
Oh, you can't hear it?
That's the best take John's ever had.
That's when Mike didn't know how many fucking draft picks he used on Justin Fields.
John, I definitely knew how many draft picks we used.
Why did you say swap? Your first one came out of swap. It says one draft pick.
John,
You don't know what swap is.
I'll tell you what. You show me where I said one draft pick, I'll send you $100, John.
All right, better get that $100 ready because I got it. You know where it is.
You show me where I said it because what I said is one and the other because you said that we lost a first-round pick.
I said you gave up 2. That's all I said is gave up 2. You're the one that swapped everything around.
We didn't give up.
John, you're the guy that bet a Lion fan today that Jordan Love would be a top 5 NFC quarterback.
NFC, he could be up to.
You did. You bet him.
NFC ain't that strong. NFC ain't that strong right now in quarterback.
He's not going to be a top 5 NFC North quarterback.
So good. I'm not saying he is, but he has an opportunity.
Well, I want to get a little clarity here first. So, Mike, you're repping the Bears.
Yes,
I want to hear it from you. Give me the details then of the Justin Fields trade. What did the Bears give up to get him?
We swapped firsts. We moved another first. We moved a 4th and a 5th.
So you swapped first and gave up a 1st, 4th, and 5th.
That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
John, tell me how that's wrong. That's a lot of draft capital for 5 wins, Mike. Sorry.
Hey.
No, when I put on my thing, I says Bears gave up 2 first rounds, a 4th, and a 5th. And then he came back, some more fucking swapping picks.
No,
and I'm like,
incorrect, John. Swapping picks is not giving up a pick.
Thank you.
So my thing was right. He came back, started switching everything around. When my point was totally right.
You're saying it wrong right now. You're saying it wrong right now. You're saying right now we gave up 2 first-round picks.
You giving up 2 first rounds.
We did not give up a pick. We used it. We didn't give up.
Well, give up whatever. You used 2 picks, 2 first-round picks.
They moved down a little bit in the first round.
And welcome to the used 2 first round. It costed 2 first round picks.
Both our litigants today are real plaintiffs with case pending in municipal court, but they've agreed to have their dispute settled here in our forum, the People's Court. And I say that Mike is right here because a swap pick
hold
is
on
not
1 second. Let me see.
Yeah,
but they still gave up 2 first round picks for them.
No, they did not. John, I don't know what you're not getting here, brother. Swapping a pick is not giving up a pick.
You still use that 11th pick. They still use it to get fucking Fields.
You still have a pick in the first round.
Yeah, they used it to get fucking Fields and plus another first round the following year.
John, if you draft a player this year, did you give up that pick?
What?
You're saying that if you draft a player with your draft pick, you're giving it up.
Well, you're using your first round pick to get him, yeah.
That's not giving it up, John. That's using your pick to do what you're supposed to do with it.
You still gave up 2 draft picks.
No, you did not. You gave up 1.
It costed you guys 2 first rounds, a 5th and a 4th.
That's totally different than gave up.
That's right. You gave up 2. You gave up 2 first rounds for him. In a story.
In last year's draft, John, last year's draft, the Packers had a chance to draft Brian Branch, but they didn't. They swapped picks with the team behind them, and the Lions then jumped up and grabbed Brian Branch, right? The Packers did not lose a draft pick. They swapped picks, and now your safety room is fucked. So
I'm just saying they used 2 first rounds on them. They used 2 first rounds on Fields. They used 2 first rounds.
I guess he's just not going to get it, guys. I'm sorry.
He's not
I apologize to the viewers.
You're still using 2 first rounds. You use the first round 1 year, and the following year you give another first round. That's 2 first rounds.
I guess if he's a bluff, but
John, when you use a draft pick, you're not giving it up. You're not trading it away for nothing. You're using it for.
You still. To get Fields, it costed you guys fucking 2 first rounds and a 5th and a 4th to get him.
It didn't, John, because they retained it.
Are you guys that fucking stupid?
John, you know, like the only one on that offense.
You still use 2 first rounds for him.
John, you notice you're the only one that's backing up your argument.
You use the first round the first year to get them.
All right.
And then the following year, you use another first round and a 4th. So that's 2 first rounds and a 4th and a 5th.
John, you're wrong. Moving on.
No, you're wrong. You guys.
Moving on, John. I respect your opinion, John, no matter what. So kudos to you for having one. So I want to ask Mike. We've got Mike from the Bears Mafia in the room. And I want to ask you some questions that I've asked other Bear fans in the last, I'd say recent, maybe a month. In the last month, I've asked. So, Mike, this question's for you. If Justin Fields produces another 3 to 5 win season, are you ready to move on from him?
Absolutely. So you got to keep in mind that this is year 3. This is the make or break year on whether or not we are going to offer him a 5th-year option. If the passing game does not improve, now whether that's Justin Fields, a combination of Justin Fields, the line and the receivers, or whatever, if the passing game does not improve, absolutely we need to start looking quarterback.
How did he do that without his lips moving?
They moved.
I'm magic.
That was pretty good, bro. That was like some 1985 Super Bowl shuffle shit you guys pulling off right there.
His Sasquatch mustache covered his lips.
Yeah.
Is that Carrot Top? Who is that? Oh,
that's Carrot Top.
I'm Ronald McDonald, motherfucker.
It's Darcy wearing a clown mask. Now stop.
Oh, let's not get
no personal attacks.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, man.
I'm only kidding. Personal attacks are welcome here.
Oh, fantastic.
This is a shit-talking group. If you've got thin skin, you need to just go now because this has been the most mild episode we've had in a while. But I think we're about up against it here. So I love your answer, though. You said hold on now. He said, yes, Justin Fields doesn't produce this year. He should be gone. So you have no plan in place, though, Mike. What's the plan? PJ Walker, then, if that happens?
I disagree with that, though, because as of right now, we're sitting on 2 first-round picks that are going to be easily movable next year for a quarterback.
That's a good point.
That's a good point.
Quarterback next year.
Or it could be Caleb Williams.
Class.
Now, do you think Justin Fields will succeed this year?
You know, here's the thing. I am probably, out of all of us in the whole little mafia group, I am probably the hardest one on Justin Fields out of all of us. But I will tell you this: he has improved in certain aspects of his game. The things that he's still really struggling with is ball security. The other thing he's struggling with is the intermediate throws. He's got to get the ball out faster, and he's got to understand that an NFL window and a college window, especially an Ohio State window, are completely different things. I think if he can do that, I absolutely believe he takes the next step. Now, do I think he's going to be a 4,500-yard passer? No, probably not. Do I think he's got a real shot at 3,700 yards? Absolutely, yeah.
Well, I think it is. He looks for a home run almost every play. He looks for a home run. Seems like he wants to do a home run every play almost. That's he's got, like you said, you can do more check downs and.
There's a lot of other variables in Chicago too, and let's face facts. The line from a pass protection standpoint was terrible. Very good in the run game, very poor in the pass game. The wide receivers were not great last year. Mooney going out didn't help us at all. I think those things have been fixed. So basically, for me, the excuses for Justin Fields, they're gone. It's now time to play football.
What would it take? What would it take for the fifth-year option, Mike? What kind of season?
To be, I don't like to put numbers on it because I'm a big one on the eye test. But I will say, I mean, he's got to hit 32 to 3,500 yards, and I'd imagine he's got to hit 15 to 20 touchdowns. That if I had to put a number on it, that's where I'm looking.
The over/under for the Bears are 7.5. What do you take?
I got us between 6 and 8. 6 and 8 wins, somewhere in there.
Then Vegas,
right?
Vegas.
That's what I'm saying. The over/under 7.5. Make a choice.
Are you worried about Claypool?
Over/under.
Hold on, John.
I'll go under.
Under 7.5.
Yeah, I'm thinking 6 to 7.
Now, okay, so now I'm going to beat it out of you. I'm going to beat it out of you with a club. Is 7.5 wins enough to give him his fifth-year option? For God's sake.
Well, here's what I'll beat into you with the club. Wins are not a quarterback stat; they're a team stat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, touche. So 7.5 wins, is that enough to save his job in your Ryan Poles?
Again, I don't view wins as a quarterback stat. So with that being said, I'm not going to say that 7 wins is going to affect Justin Fields' future. What I'm going to say is going to affect Justin Fields' future is his ability to take the next step.
All right. Isaiah's joined the panel rocking that old teal Pistons hat.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, Isaiah? Welcome to the show.
How you guys doing?
Good. Got Isaiah in a Pistons hat. I love that. What do you think about Justin Fields?
So,
is he going to be a bust, or is he going to pull it out and get a fifth year?
I don't see Justin Fields doing anything, to be honest. It's not that I don't trust him as a quarterback. I feel what the problem with quarterback is everybody is trying to play like Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson. And I feel like that's the biggest throw off. There's not a whole lot of pocket passers. And I get to the need to be mobile it's there, but you can't just settle for that. And if you don't have an arm as a quarterback, you're not going to succeed. I mean, it's that simple. And I relate that back to
absolutely.
As a Lions fan, look at Goff. Goff came in, all he throws is ducks. He throws duck balls. He has no tight spiral. And then this year it was like a whole different quarterback, right? So without the ability, without the intangibles or anything like that, I don't feel like there's any room for improvement for Justin Fields personally.
So what intangibles do you think he's missing?
Wow.
I don't think he has. It's the intangibles for me, and like I said, I'm a Lions fan, so I might be a little biased. But
sorry to hear
that. So I just don't think he has just the natural quarterback instinct. I view him as more of a scramble-esque quarterback. And if you're going to be a scramble-esque quarterback, you have to be able to run the ball like Lamar Jackson, or you throw it back to like Michael Vick. The only difference is Michael Vick could throw the ball too.
Okay, but how long did it take Michael Vick to get to a a sustainable level of throwing the ball.
That's fair. That's a fair point right there, automatically.
Or Lamar Jackson for that matter.
I'll tell you what, it took longer than RG3's entire career.
Well,
that's the way Justin Fields is heading. Is RG3? He's going to get beat down if he keeps on playing the way he is, and it is going to be very interesting because let's face it, the kid is freaking dangerous. If he can get it together in the passing game, if DJ Moore is enough, because Lord knows DJ Moore's used to crappy quarterback play and still getting 1,000 yards. If he can put it together, I believe Justin Fields could be a player who changes the whole game. I mean, he has that kind of athletic ability. Is anybody doubting that?
Nobody's more dynamic of a runner than Justin Fields. Nobody in the league today.
And Russ, a big Buckeye fan, I know you saw Justin Fields play a lot down there at Columbus. And this kid could throw the ball in college, right? I realize those are pro receivers and the windows are a lot bigger, blah, blah, blah. But he isn't going to get a first-round draft pick if you can't throw the ball, period. So tell me, Russ.
One thing that he had at Ohio State that he didn't have at either of the years in Chicago is they always had a stalwart offensive line. He had time to actually sit in the pocket and make decisions to run the football, and he did make those tight window throws. But he had Chris Olave and Wilson to throw the ball to, and these are two wide receivers that are in the NFL that are going to be stud, maybe even top 10 wide receivers. So he needs to work with very good wide receivers. I think DJ Moore is that. I think Mooney could be a nice complementary piece. I mean, I'm with you, Chad, on that. But you have an offensive line that you invested in. You got Nate Davis. You invested a first-round draft pick into your offensive line. So it's going to be better. How much better? That remains to be seen. He does have the ability to throw the football in the way that he needs to throw the football. It just remains to see if he can do it at the pro level.
If he can read progressions.
I agree to that 100%. I don't think it's a progression issue though. And here's why I say that. I think it's more of just trusting his wide receiver to get the ball. An NFL window and a college window are completely different things.
For sure.
And you've got to make a decision and you've got to make it quick. I don't think it's I can't get through my progression. I think it's I don't trust that read. And I think if he can get that section of it down, we'd see an entirely different quarterback.
Yeah, he doesn't trust his wide receivers. You have to have a trust in your playmakers to do something. Because if you got 10 yards in running space, you might not want to chuck it down to the short wide receiver and trust him if you feel like you can get the yards on your own. So let's see where his decision making goes this year. But I'm not gonna say that he's gonna be a bust quite yet.
Right.
Jordan Love.
The question is, have they done enough in the offseason? Have they done enough in the offseason to bolster that offensive line to give him time to throw?
No, but it should be better.
Yeah, I mean, is there room for improvement? Absolutely. Do I think it's better than where it is on paper right now or where it was? Yeah. But again, everything looks good on paper until we start actually playing football games.
Yeah, we're all Super Bowl. We're ready. We're all ready to go to the Super Bowl on paper. Let's go.
Right.
That's right. Hey, man, I want to thank everyone for joining us. Thanks to our panel. Be sure to follow our page, the Detroit Lions Villain Squad. Be sure to join our groups, the Main Event 365 and the NFC North, the Huddle, and help us. This is what we do, man. We bring football because we love it. We're not the smartest guys in the room, but we're the most passionate guys in the room. For Russell Wayne, the Maestro, and the Stat Master, Greg Rice, I'm Main Event Mike, telling everyone, God bless each and every one of you. One pride.
Happy 4th, everyone.
Happy 4th of July.
Bill the Packer fan.
Happy birthday to Bill the Packer fan.
Happy birthday, Bill.
You